Get back in here. It's the pod. Sweet little treat here, dude. Oh, this is gonna be a sweet.
He's back.
He's back. Yeah, guys. Purvcast segment 2.
Yeah, introduce him.
Yeah, I'll give you a little introduction. So we actually had him on a Purvcast episode a little while back, and then we ended up moving. Multiple. Yes. So he has been on one before, and then we had one that kind of decided to collapse. Now, we salvaged half of it. Hopefully that'll come out soon, but back in the Purvcast. This time you guys will actually see his mug. Justin, our brother, Justin Purvis.
Also homeschooled. Yeah, that was kind of a key topic in the first
geopolitical expert.
Yeah. Here's our resident geopolitical financial expert here at Purvcast. This is Justin. What's up, man?
Not much. Just on the front porch here down in South Texas. Going to try to, I guess, jump in here and see what this podcast is all about here.
For sure. How does the front porch feel in South Texas right now?
Better than the front porch where you're at.
You're damn right.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not wrong.
It's like
dude.
negative 15 right now. So
yeah, for sure. So we were talking about a little bit of everything that kind of ranged from government, homeschooling, Marcus Aurelius, all kinds of different things, and it landed us on something that Grant brought up about taxes.
Well, Justin and I are both small business owners,
right?
And Justin's
so am I.
Yes,
here we are.
So there's all three of us are small business owners,
right?
And so
y'all are just doing a little better than I am.
and so what we were talking about a couple weeks ago that brought me to this question that I have for Jay. I was asking him about different tax situations, and I was telling him, like, should I do this? Should I do that? And I was trying to figure out, and I thought I had my taxes figured out, and I was like, well, I'm just trying to avoid double taxation. And then Jay was like, yeah, you might want to try to avoid you might want to try to avoid taxation to like the 8th power. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, okay, man, let me blow your mind. And he did. So I was like, dude, you got to come on the podcast and tell me exactly what you just said when we were having that conversation. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. It makes you realize just how awesome our government is stealing money from us. But anyway.
For sure. All right, so let me go ahead and pull the pin on this mind grenade real quick.
Yeah.
Launch it out there. Okay.
And boom.
The fuse on that one was short, so it's about to explode.
Yeah, this is my new arm. Yeah, it's a short fuse. This is my new arm.
About to get blown off.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things that I didn't include in my rant that I had with Grant maybe a week or so ago was some points of reference, and I think when you can include a point of reference or two, that's always good. So, first point of reference. Just, have it in your minds as I kind of talk about this, that the Boston Tea Party was actually launched over a 2% import tax on tea. Okay?
2%.
Wow.
2% import tax on tea caused the Boston Tea Party. Of course, in our Constitution, double taxation is illegal, which makes you wonder what the heck are we doing right now? Okay, so this is the situation, and a lot of people probably don't realize this. Maybe we can kind of clear this up a little bit. But if you work for an employer, your employer actually has to pay taxes on your pay before they ever even pay you. Okay, it's 13% and some change, and your employer picks up half of that cost. And
your employer is giving you a 7.5% bonus. And you don't even know about it.
It's
like 6.8%, I think, is what, because I think it's 13.6%. So
I'm gonna end up so pissed off by the end of this, dude.
This is only step one.
Yeah.
So before you ever get paid, your employer and yourself combine to pay 13.8 or 13.6% tax on your payroll. Okay, so let's just say you have $1. Your dollar is now down to let's just call it
84
86
cents.
right?
86, yeah.
86 cents of your dollar is remaining, okay? Well, you're going to go ahead and get that paid. You're going to have that dollar paid, and you're going to pay federal
You're
income
going to go
tax
buy
on
3/4
that,
of a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yep. And so the top tax bracket is 43.8%. So let's just say that you're in the top tax bracket. None of us are. But if you were, you're going to take that 86 cents that's left and you're going to chop that and, you're going to deduct 43.8. But let's just, for sake of this, say that you're paying 25% tax. You're going to take another 25% off of the top of that. Okay? Then, once you get that, I'm trying not to forget anything here. Okay, so now you've got your pay. You're happy. You just got a paycheck. And let's say that you want to go do some stuff, right?
Right.
You want to go buy something, okay? Well, you're going to go out and you're going to pay.
This is going to be a hell of a TikTok video, by the way. This is going to be, no, literally, like, people are going to, when they hear this stuff, this is going to hit some light bulbs, dude.
So if anybody has a calculator here and they want to calculate what, all of this down is, take another 25% off of the 85%. 86%.
So you got 86 cents, 25% off of 86 cents.
Yeah.
So that's gone.
Piffy,
now,
what do you got?
Let's say you want to take your money out and you want to go buy a home, okay? Well, you're going to pay property taxes on your home.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to pay property taxes on that. Let's say that you want to go buy some other stuff with it, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to pay approximately 8 to 9% sales tax, depending on what state that you live in, right?
Yeah.
What about state income tax? Like in Missouri, we have state income tax.
Yeah, so what is your state income tax? What are you guys paying on average? Probably 12.
I wanted to say probably 11% is what I thought, but I might be off on that. Pifty, what's the Missouri state income tax?
So you can take the 75% of the 86% that you have left and go ahead and take an additional 11% off of that. So now you're left with now you're left with 89% of the 75%.
Okay. Oh no. I'm sorry. It's 4.95%. 5%.
Okay. So let's call it 5%. So now you're left with 95% of the 75% of the 86% of your taxes, or of your original. Oh, sorry, but I forgot about payroll taxes. Of the 86% of
this is starting to sound really complicated, which is how the government gets you, right?
Yeah,
exactly. And the vast majority of people have no idea that they pay any of these taxes, right? Well, let's just say that you want to go buy some stuff. You're going to pay another between 8 and 9% sales tax on top of that. But God forbid you want to go and buy a gallon of gasoline, because you're going to pay 39.8 cents on that 1 gallon of gasoline. Okay,
39.8 cents or 39.8%.
39.8 cents per gallon is the national gas tax. Okay, so just think about how many times your money is actually being taxed. It's being taxed before you get paid it. It's getting taxed when you get paid it, and then it's going to be taxed at a bare minimum another 2 to 3 times on top of that.
What if you go and buy like a really expensive item?
I don't think that there's anything
like a car.
Well, there's going to be sales tax.
You got to pay sales tax on a car,
and then property tax repeating after that.
Well, in your state, you have property tax just for owning that car that you already paid sales tax on.
Right. For sure.
And
so
let's say that you make it through your life somehow, and you're able to, let's say that you're like, hey, I can't abide with all of this taxes that I'm having to pay on all this stuff. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to take my money and I'm going to save that money. Okay. I'm just going to save it. And that's it. And you go and you put it in a savings account.
So basically, like what you're trying to say is I want to avoid the sales tax on all this crap I'm buying. So I'm just going to put my money in some kind of a way to avoid the sales tax, right?
Correct. So you're going to take it to the bank. You're going to put it in the bank. You're going to take it, or maybe you do the smart thing and you're like, oh, I'll put it in an investment account, whatever it is. And then you go there, well, if you get paid any interest on that savings account, well, you're going to pay tax on that too. So you're going to have a little more income tax due on that on those dollars that you saved from your paycheck. If you invest it, well, God forbid, you're going to be paying way more on that because you'll probably make more money on it. So you're going to get taxed again then. So even then, that money cannot escape the death grip of taxation, okay? And speaking of death, let's just say that you can't take it anymore, and you're like, please, sweet death, come.
You just put a freaking handgun to your head, and you're like, I'm sick of the taxes.
You can't do it anymore.
I can't do it, Marcus.
Oh, please. So you take the coward's way out, and God forbid you have too much money in your estate. The people that inherit your money are going to be taxed on that same money yet again.
So you have to pay taxes even after you're freaking dead.
Yeah, they're like, well, if he didn't want to pay it, he shouldn't have died.
Exactly.
Hold on. Hold on. What's the estate tax now?
Well, the laughable thing about it is that right now the estate tax cutoffs are like $13 or $14 million for your estate. So most people, that's not applicable to them. It's just funny to me that.
But if you were really frugal and you saved your money and you did the right thing and you invested it and you didn't blow a bunch of money because you had to pay taxes on all the money you blew on sales tax, and you did the right thing, then at the end of your life, when you pass that money down, then your kids have to freaking pay the taxes because you didn't buy a bunch of shit. Is that what you're telling me?
That is exactly what I'm telling you. Now, here's the laughable thing. The government has the estate tax right now set at, I believe, 13 or 14 million is like the cutoff where you have to start paying that. But the real funny part of that is
hold on real quick, Jay. Finzo has the U.S. debt clock pulled up right now, which is a live update of literally every statistic across the board, dude. And it is insane. I've never seen this before. There are numbers up here, actually a lot of them, that I don't even know how to read. Like, I don't know. I see.
Well, that's because you're homeschooled.
Well, yeah, I was homeschooled, dude.
Touche.
There's too many commas.
Very timely.
I don't know how to read past a certain amount of commas. And I'm like,
what is millions?
I'm a doctor of millions, so I know.
So get this. Here's the funny thing about it is they set the estate tax at 13 or 14 million for now, even though it's going to revert lower. But how in the world do they think anybody's going to have an estate of 13 or 14 million dollars when they keep 29 cents out of every dollar?
Is there any way you can post this, like on the YouTube, so people can see this?
Yeah,
this is unreal. To
I could screen record it or
wow.
Just go to the website; it'll be live running.
Okay. What's the website?
It's just the US.
Producer, turn your mic on.
It's the usdebtclock.org. And we all owe $264,000
a person.
Each person.
We've already paid our taxes though.
Yeah, but that's just the debt per.
That's the average per person.
Yeah, debt per taxpayer is.
But $264,000
to our national debt, $34 trillion. This is what Justin hit it. Debt per taxpayer is $264,090. So, Justin, my next question is: with all the taxes that's coming in, why do we have a $34 trillion debt?
Well,
that's a good question. That's why we pay, dude. That's why we're paying you 6.5% before you get your paycheck, or paying the government 6.5% before you get your paycheck, and then another 7.5% before you get your paycheck, and then another 20% before you get your paycheck, and then
hey, you know what all those percentages of zero is?
Hey, yeah. Look on the bright side, Finzo. You're not paying all those taxes, dude.
So okay.
So don't subscribe because we can't pay this.
Yeah, we can't afford to pay it.
I would like to just point out the fact that just referring back to what Finzo said there, which is, if we accounted for all of the people that don't pay taxes in this country for working here, if we added them into the mix, it would probably only be about $130,000 per person in federal deficit. But of course, there are add-ons that don't pay taxes. So,
Yeah.
No doubt.
So that would be nice, but we're still kind of screwed.
Is there any way to become illegal? Can like to try
I was talking to
dodge
somebody-
some of this and get out of it?
I was actually you brought up something interesting. A conversation I had the other day with someone.
That's a good thought, right?
I love it.
Dude,
let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will get a kick out of this. I was talking with someone the other day, and they were telling me that their status is actually changing right now from citizen to resident alien. And I was like, wait, are you like moving to another country and like, expatriating or whatever the case is? Nope. They are renouncing their citizenship and changing their status to resident alien. And so I asked them, I said, wait, what's going to be your country of origin?
What's your call sign?
This dude actually put the Republic of Texas down as his country of origin.
Yes, yes.
And he's in the process of changing from a citizen to a resident alien right now.
Dude, I'm in. I support that. That's
Which, by the way, speaking of the Republic of Texas, we actually would really like to have your analyst David come on and talk to us about Texas and just kind of give us the whole breakdown.
yeah.
You're welcome to talk to myself or him, but we cannot discuss any
Financial.
nothing work related for us. But
Yeah.
and so
Always
for purposes of this conversation, he's my friend.
sure. And
Okay.
and if we need to edit something out, we can.
That's fine. That's
The only
we're not recording.
the only thing we're worried about is we just want to know from someone who knows about it. We want to hear what Texit is all about because
It's
we're
supposedly,
looking at the U.S. debt clock right now, and if Missourians could just like kind of back out of that and say, well, you only owe $42,000 in taxes.
So here's what I'm
that's
actually.
what
This is one thing that like through reading and researching that I've kind of figured out like this is a movement that Purvcast is starting, and that is we are firing off effective immediately. Taxit, which is
tax it. Yeah, I like it.
like Texit, like Brexit, but it's an exit from tax.
Yeah, tax it.
It's like I never really like doing that. I just don't think I'll do that anymore.
I would like for all listeners to this call, especially including the IRS, the FBI, the NSA, to understand that I do not endorse this and I am not a part of the Taxit movement.
I'm not either. I heard it on Tim Dillon's show.
Yeah, but I mean,
So
it's amazing. It's amazing to me how much taxes we pay, and as all three of us now business owners, we all are all subject to paying those taxes, and
Thank God, not me yet.
and it is remarkable to me how what are we getting? What are the benefits to that? That's my biggest question.
Roads.
So
You can drive.
That's actually a separate tax that pays for those.
Oh yeah.
But then the question would be, what is if a 2% import tax on tea is worth ransacking a ship and dumping all of its goods into the ocean? Then what would the proportionate response be to
Dude,
tax of
no
essentially 60 to 70% of everything that you make in your life?
I think it's raiding the Capitol.
Oh well, they already did that.
Be careful with that, man.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
That was like a couple days ago, January 6th, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. January 6th. Man, yeah, look, I'm just saying, like, isn't that comparable or like somewhat like, I guess understandable for that kind of.
No, I mean,
I mean. But that was the thing. It didn't go well.
Well,
you know?
I believe that it's
Didn't
not
go
it's
well.
not going to go well for anyone that refuses to pay taxes or revolts against that. However, like we've got an election year this year, and we've got a lot of questions that need to be asked. And
Also-
I can just tell you this right now: if we don't change something soon, and probably the biggest thing that I think is if we don't change something on our spending as a nation.
Yeah.
Spending millions and millions of dollars on a war in Ukraine, right? Let's just put a B on that. Billions.
Yeah.
Right? We will continue down this spiral
Yeah,
until until it is impossible for any person to even live in this country, because all you will do is live to support the government.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
which
can-
we're not.
can I-
Real quick, let me throw out too. Also, the reason that the January 6th didn't work is because it was also actually created, originated, and run
By the CIA and the
government.
FBI, right?
Yeah, by government organizations also. So literally, like, it probably would have gone pretty well if it was just by, like, your local VFW post or something like that. But it was a government deal.
This one here is for Finzo, because I know he just is going to love this little tidbit of information. But interesting statistic is within the next couple of years, over half of the entire federal budget will go just to making interest payments on that $34 trillion mountain of debt.
Just the interest payment.
Good night.
So over half of our entire federal budget will be spent just on interest payments on their debt.
Not
And who are we in debt to?
China.
No, we're in debt to, well,
we're in debt to our future.
Yeah.
I think we're in debt to space aliens.
Well, I mean,
And on that note,
yeah. No, I mean, like, when you think about that, though, it's like, can you operate personally like that?
No, I mean, it's a cancer. The whole thing is a cancer. Eventually it starts small, not a big deal, and then it starts to spread a little bit, and it goes everywhere, and eventually it trickles down to citizens who feel it, and then
Who are just trying to work and put food on the table.
yeah, for sure. It actually trickles down to the honest, hardworking people who are, like, trying to make a honest, quote unquote, honest go of it,
Right.
which is in no way, shape, or form truthfully honest for them because of what we've just learned, which is an 8-fold tax regimen to just destroy the pocketbook of Americans because of the greed of the ones
I think that's
that
where
are making the legislation. Like, it's insane. And now all of a sudden,
It's all about padding their pocketbook.
yeah, and I guarantee you, in some way or another, my family has probably felt the effect of the money that is going
To Hunter Biden.
to Hunter Biden, Ukraine. But I guarantee you, in some way, somebody here.
You paid for his blow.
Well,
He was just snorting blow off of a stripper's crack,
innocently.
and you paid for it.
Innocently. Hey, if he was doing that innocently, this is not a big deal.
All right. Taxes, that's great. Jay,
to end this session,
Jay.
to end this little discussion,
give it to me.
I would just like to let the listeners of the Purvcast know that they are the tip of the spear.
Thank you, Alex Jones.
That's right.
Okay, speaking of Alex
I've got the documentation to tell you you are the tip of the spear. I actually have it right here. I've got it on paper right here. It
It's a
says,
spear with your face on it.
yeah, this is a book called Spear with Your Face. I just want to let you know that I've got it. We'll look at it here in hour number 7. I just want to let you know that we do have it.
You actually kind of sound like Pat Mahomes right now. Okay, so
Alex Mahomes.
we've got our pick 3. Do you have time to stick around for that?
Oh shoot, we got to go fast.
I don't think that I do this evening, guys.
Okay,
but
okay.
I will try to jump back on for a pick 3 And hopefully, at least one or two people that hear this will be as upset about all the taxes as I am. So,
well, dude, this has been super educational. I'm really stoked on this because this is actually something that can be really beneficial and educational to society and people. And I mean, you can't do anything without outrage from the people. So this is going to go
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah, it's important that people know about it, and I honestly think that it is good for. I mean, I know we're all brothers, but it's good for us to talk about it and realize it because that's. I mean, people should be voting, right?
Yeah.
People should be using their. I mean, it's a sham right now. What's going on in our democracy? However, for now,
Give it a go.
It's there, and let's just see what happens. But
Yep.
You should probably, if you don't like it, you should probably be doing something about it.
Yeah.
Just saying. So,
Yeah. For sure.
gentlemen, it has been great, and hopefully I'll be back on. Hopefully you'll have me again at some point.
absolutely, Jay, it was great to have you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You too.
Love you, bro. Thanks
All
for
right.
the info. Thanks for the education, man. Peace.
Love you, buddy.
Hey, there you go. Take care, boys.
See you, man.